Hey everyone, I am so glad to be able to be here. I do have to record this early again. I'm gonna put my mic up a little bit. Uh, there have been a lot of there's a lot of information that we're all having pressed toward us, and it's been a really, I don't want to say it's been rough. It has been a challenge to keep the head above water, as it were. In the 3D realm, I am not a good swimmer. I just throw that out there for you. This information pretty much came through. It started really early, yesterday, day before yesterday, yesterday morning. So I'm just going to read what I got. As usual, and we'll see what just kind of rolls over. I think I've got the table pretty much set, and yeah, life has been a little discombobulating. But the one thing that came through was if we embody love, everything steps into the spotlight. Our perception of other people, things, in addition to ourself. This will increase, or not even really increase, it will define boundaries and allow us to be honest with where we want those boundaries. It's not a doesn't necessarily mean it's the healthy boundary. It means that we have to be honest with ourselves as to whether or not we want these boundaries that we have to be moved to keep us safe or to increase our safety or maybe even decrease our safety. Because let's face it, we are at a time of risk taking, which is not bad either. Calculated and uncalculated, we will reap the benefits or repercussions. Transparency and accepting ourselves, warts and all. So this is a time of illumination, not just of other people, but let's make sure that we're looking at the mirror. Otherwise, our vision is going to remain a little on the clouded or filtered side. So this, it says, humans are typically afraid of the unknown. I like to plan things out. I like to be prepared. Even if I don't know what's going to happen, my little brain is thinking out all these different scenarios, and I want my backside covered because some of us don't have somebody to look out for us. We have to do this for ourselves. We will always have to do that for ourselves on an emotional level, spiritual level. We are the one. So typically we're afraid of the unknown, especially when the unknown becomes a rumination. That's the hazard of thinking things through. Sometimes we can get caught in that ruminatory loop, if that's even a word. We are being called to embrace the fear. Deep breath. That was really challenging. Embrace the fear and embrace the unknown. And then, so doing, we will be releasing the fear to give it room to shift its appearance and reveal what that fear really is. And you know, I'm the one who spoke these words early Friday morning, and now it's Saturday morning, and it's basically a little over 12 hours. And I'm telling you, it's like, who said that? Did that come out of me? So here we are, November 8th at 9:43. So this is basically less than an hour ago. But yes, something does keep coming up about repercussions and evidence and judgment and judging ourselves. It's a cards when sometimes I'll just mess with the cards and put them down. Sometimes something will pop up and sometimes something does not. So that's kind of where this kind of thing starts to come from. And there is something about those repercussions and reaping what we sow. And I know that that's a biblical, for a lot of people, that's like a biblical reference. You reap what you sow. You can't plant beans and expect to get tomatoes. You can. You can, though. And if you're really good at manipulating matter, you might be able to manifest planting those beans and manifesting tomatoes. And maybe in a roundabout way, wow, that's kind of a cool concept because you can plant the beans, harvest the beans, and trade them for tomatoes. So I guess that's kind of the same thing where even though all right, how do I even explain that? Maybe we need to go over the cards because okay, it's about expectations. It's about letting go of the expectations, knowing what we want, but having an honest and transparent view of that unknown. And there's a lot of unknowns I think that we have within ourselves that we're not acknowledging yet. We think we know ourselves. We think we know the world. And we think wrong. Let me get that over to the cards here. I'm just gonna flip that little switch-a-do. There we go. It'll twitch a little bit. Oh my gosh, it is wonky. So you'll have to allow me to adjust this because I can't handle that. That will drive me a little crazy. Just saying. It'll drive me a little wackadoodle. It's still a little wonky, but it's gonna have to do. So I'm gonna scooch you over here. This is let me just double check with the sound because I know the sound has been a little odd as well. I just had, yep, sound is good. I just had it updated Windows 11, so it took forever for it, just 5 minutes, and here it took like 20. But yeah, this deck anyway, I can't really use. It's got some explicitness to it, and I love it. If I do private readings or when I do if I do anything like on Rumble, which I haven't been for a really long time. So let's get started. And this is, we're the collective, of course. Again, do like, share, and subscribe. Not again, because I haven't said it yet, but there I did. Pass it along, tag somebody with this, because it's really gonna be helpful. We didn't get a chance to. Stone, Hobbit, and I are probably gonna try and hang out again. For me, it'll be this evening. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I don't know. It's more challenging for me because I don't have the same kind of schedule. And we are 18 hours apart now. So I do have the next 4 days off. So if somebody would like to book something, my time has opened up a lot. So if we could go ahead and figure out what it is about this transparency, there was a lot about judgment, judging self, and exposure of things and people. And really, if you think about it, when we have a revelation about someone else, it's technically a revelation about a facet of ourselves. Yeah. Wow. That really kind of hit home. That one did. Right. It feels like there's more with this. I don't know. I get a lot with this deck and that deck. And Seven of Cups, lots of revelations. Some of them we're not going to believe. Some of them we are not going to believe. Some of them are going to be so out there, it's going to be confusing. And none of these choices were being asked just to make a choice. I have to close this window because it's like interfering with what I can see. I need to revamp my setup here. So yeah, so Seven of Cups here. Take a look at this. None of these are bad. None of these, I mean, some of them will make us more uncomfortable. You know, it's kind of like, you know, picking, if you had a choice of vegetables and if somebody offered me eggplant and asparagus, I'm going to say, I choose to be hungry. I choose to be hungry. Now, if you offered something that is like any of the nightshade stuff, I really, really like. So potatoes and peppers and tomatoes and none of it is bad, by the way. It's just a matter of whether or not your particular biome is able to manage. Again, there are those repercussions and how our particular environment is going to be, whether it is going to be receptive or not. All right. Nine of Cups. Well, make a wish. Wow, this is kind of cool. Because if you look at this, I don't think all of the cups are full, but they are, but they aren't. And this is like a huge blessing. But in order for us to have the nine, we have to make the choice through the seven. And I'm just hearing that we need to choose all of them because it's all about that experience and the embodying of the full experience and reaping the benefits and learning how to transmute the repercussions. I'll put it that way. Choices. And look, she's got that blindfold on. And do you think that we are supposed to be making those choices out of blind faith? And usually this has a very different feel to it. And the traditional card, she's standing. Isn't she standing? No, she is sitting. But those swords are up and guarding her heart. This one, she has them across her lap. She has the swords across her lap. So this is much deeper, much more foundational, guttural, if you will. But there is a sense of blind faith with making the choice, not having all of the answers. Same with this. And not ruminating, because the swords can be about thoughts and words. Oh my. Okay. So this is Two of Pentacles. Again, this is about choices. This has got to be something about taking action on the choices, making the decision. We have everything. We know what we're supposed to do. We're just not taking the next step. And I immediately saw the what is the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. They're both slow. They're both slow. The only ones that are really quick in my mind are the Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands, of course. Quick and fiery and off the mark and the King of Pentacles. So there's some stoicism here, and he has everything. So that means we have everything. I like it that if you look at his feet, so even though he looks very relaxed, he's pretty chill in his throne. He's also very much ready to go. He's got that 1 foot back and 1 foot forward. He's ready to go. He has everything that he needs, and when the time is right, he's ready to go. He's on it. We're on it. And we need to make what we know when we need to make the move, and what's going to really be a challenge is overcoming that fear. Yeah. So some of my tower cards are very pleasant and beautiful, and this is not going to be comfortable. Sorry. I know I personally have not been comfortable. It's pretty much been 18 months. And I feel like that this is something we're all going to be making another shift. We got an eclipse coming up. And there always seems like there's something coming up, whether it's an eclipse or a full moon, new moon. We got a new moon and eclipse and all that other kind of fun stuff. So there's always we always have that rotation. So it's almost like being comfortable being comfortable with being uncomfortable, but that's not really what this is. This is about that repercussions thing. This is about that repercussions. Oh, yes. And managing, he is on the mark. This is the King of Cups. King of Cups, you can't see his feet. It's like he's saying, cheers, mate. Right? Very much in touch, has a great grip on the heartfelt decisions that we're going to be making and being comfortable with it, irrespective of and comfort and discomfort is a matter of choice. It is a feeling, therefore it is a choice. We have to overcome whatever fear is holding us back. I really felt a lot of fear from a lot of different people. And again, I am not a weepy person, but let me tell you, there were times when that was not very well managed. Don't want to say there's control, but it was definitely not well managed on my part. Of course, it's not anything that anybody's going to see. And I don't want to say that that's a mask because it's not. Because once you acknowledge these really intense feelings, we should be able to, I don't know, I don't want to say analyze, but utilize. What am I learning from this? What is the best thing for me to learn from this? And yeah, I think that's pretty much for that. So what else can we learn about this, managing these repercussions and what's coming up on our life? And if we feel like whatever it is that we are going through, that this is something that, yeah, we're not on our own. People like to say last night, that was said a lot last night in our live, that we are not alone, and that's true. And it's not just on a particular experience. Three of Pentacles. And what I find interesting, there's a young woman, and then there look like two gentlemen there, and they look like clergy. The two look like clergy, and it's like she's getting advice, but the one is alongside, and this guy here looks like he is giving not really advice, but information. So let's be aware of the information that could be useful. And I'm gonna pull these out first because these came up. But this is about the information that we're going to be using for this. It's for the Seven of Cups leading to the Nine, and then of course we have the King of Pentacles assisted by. But we're going to be getting this higher knowledge as long as we're open to it. It's going to wear us out. It's only going to wear us out with that Nine of Wands if we let it, if we overthink it, if we mentally chew on it too much. And harvest. I'm feeling like harvest. This is the Seven of Pentacles. This is like a dream state. So that harvest is going to come in a dream state. Trust me, I do not. I mean, sometimes we'll get the traditional stuff, but this is definitely outside of the everybody's crayon box here or sandbox. We're playing in the desert at this point. And the Queen of Wands. So that therein lies the wisdom and the I don't give a rip attitude. We don't have all the answers. We do have all of the inspiration. And the inspiration is going to come from, this is kind of where this analysis comes through, getting higher advice and from unexpected places, unexpected sources. So it might even be someone when you're out in the store and some little, 6-year-old kid says something and not even to you, but you hear it and you're sitting there going, holy crap, that makes a lot of sense and relates to this going on in my life. So we have to be open to the sources, and this is definitely a lot of communication, so let's not block it. I feel like there's a potential for blocking or dismissing. Yeah, and I think that this is typically say, oh, there's a lot of heart. This feels more like this is what we're healing. This is a healing point. This is going to bring balance. This is going to bring balance, and probably one of the nicest things to come out of the justice is temperance. And I know people think that temperance to me, unless it's given to me otherwise, temperance to me feeds the idea of going through the hot and the cold and the hammering and the hot and the cold and the hammering. When you get tempered glass or tempered metal, it is where they heat it up and cool it down, and it aligns, I believe, the molecules, the structure of the metal and the glass, and it makes it stronger because there are layers. And when you do the layers are lined up within themselves, but they're all, you know what I mean? They're all making it stronger. It's like a weave. It's like a strengthened weave. Well, it's better to kind of put that out there. All right, I really have to, feels like that there needs to be some focus with this. Vigilance. Yeah, fire, guard our passions. Fire, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. This came out really quick. All right. And I don't know, just picked up that card by accident. So this is going to take a real, this is going to take a real commitment on our part. And it's not a heaviness. It's actually a release, knowing that it's not really that this commitment means like what the word collaring, shackling. I know people think when you get married, it's like the ball and chain. I never thought of it that way. But, you hear that saying all the time. It's more like a sharing goals, realizing we're going to find these people, at least one other person that's going to share our goals. And we are going to have dreams of these individuals, these settings, telepathic. We're going to have songs. And I think the telepathy is going to definitely come through on that. It's going to come in through our dreams. And this is where the balance, and we don't even have to necessarily remember the dreams. We have to embody those feelings. We kind of talked about that yesterday too. And there are gonna be mirrored emotions. So it's whatever we're gonna put out, we're gonna see immediately. And there is gonna be reflection of our soul. This doesn't have to be a particular person per se, like here in the here and now. For some of us, it will be. But this is deep. This is going really deep for some. Okay, the only one I'm really seeing is this. This is the last one. So we're always grateful for the clarity that, my gosh, I saw 888 and then now 88. See, numbers are going to be really important. Think about what you're thinking about when you see those synchronistic or 222. Yep, decisions. Oh my goodness. You have a difficult decision to make. Make a brief pause to collect your thoughts before you act. Brief pause. Pause. And this is not just a one-time event. This is gonna be, might happen several times a day, might happen once a day, once a week. But this is definitely something that's gonna possibly make us uncomfortable, we can avoid a lot of these tower type feelings if we make those decisions with clarity. So making sure that we have the clarity, the balance, and the building the temperance. So that's going to be really important. That's like a foundational thing. And we're beginning a new phase in our life and embarking on our spiritual journey. So when we embrace this through this tower, because that's what the tower will bring, is a new beginning. Because it's pulling away. Notice the tower doesn't fall all at once. It's not like it's just boom, gone. I mean, even with the catastrophic things that you see, it even takes a few seconds for those things to kind of drop, to kind of, and then the dust comes up, right? All right, that was a little. That's oh my gosh, really? I heard, yep, you said it. Quick changes are ahead your way. Stay positive and continue to focus on what's important. So here's the quickness. We have all the tools that we need. We are going to be required. Some of these quick decisions are coming, and we need to 22. Pursue your dreams and focus on your energies on areas other than work to achieve a sense of balance. We have 222. The answers you are seeking are being revealed by the universe. Where is the best access to the universe? The best access to the universe is when we go within and are open and honest, transparent with ourselves. Start a new course. Oh my gosh, here we are with new beginnings. Let's not hang on to the old, otherwise it's going to make it more challenging. So 717, start a new course or research information that will help you enhance your knowledge base that aligns with your goals and pursuits. So this is a lot to do with what's here, making those commitments for learning. Huge changes are coming and we're being redirected on our path. We need to embrace it and release things that do not serve us. It may be challenging, but we are supported. We are supported. Not only are we supported, we also have everything that it takes to make this. You are on the right path. Do not give up. Don't give up on that person. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up. Take an honest, transparent look on what's going on. That's it. Wow. Really deep. I really appreciate everybody. I'm going to switch it over here. Kind of see where the camera is. Get the video switched over. Move that up. All right. Again, thank you so much, everybody. I do have to scoop. You may or may not have heard my phone go off for text. So I have some visitors on the way to kind of, yeah. So we're just going to kind of leave it there. Thank you so much again. Do like, share, subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment and pass this along to somebody that you feel like might need some, inspiration or help or encouragement. If you need more than that, you need somebody to talk to, irrespective of what it is. You can check out my website. It'll be listed in the comments or in the description box below. But I appreciate each and every one, new subs and those who've been with me for a hot minute. And I will see you on the flip side.